Alliance for the Survival of COVID-19 and Beyond has said it would back the planned protest by the Trade Union Congress against the anti-people's policies of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, an activist, described the protest on September 23rd as warning shots to the government ahead of a larger series of protests that will be happening in the future. In fact, they said they will mobilize millions of Nigerians and groups to join TUC for September 23rd protest. And that happened yesterday, but they are talking about creating more, that they are going to come up with more bigger, huge protests than this. The group, led by foremost rights lawyer and chairman of ASCAB, Falana, in a statement on Tuesday, asked Nigerians to come out en masse and protest alongside the TUC. Falana described September 23rd as warning shots to the government ahead of larger series of protests that will be happening. The statement reads, "We call on all Nigerians, workers, farmers, students, traders, the poor and the defenseless people alike, women, men, young and aged, to come out on September 23rd to show their disdain against institutionalized poverty, hunger, deprivation, and the country slide into a cesspool of anarchy in the face of violence and spineless killings. This will be done peacefully in communities, neighborhoods, public streets. All 80 affiliates of ASCAB in all areas or locations where they are based, including TUC affiliates nationwide, are expected to participate in the protest." Last year, the price of crude oil was about $60 a barrel, and the dollar was about $3.60. Now the cost of crude oil is about $45, and a dollar is worth about $3.90. So last year, the cost of barrel of crude oil was about 22,000 naira a barrel, and now it is only 17,500 naira, a reduction of about 20%. ASCAB wondered why the government was forcing Nigerians to pay 5% more for fuel than last year when the cost of oil had significantly reduced. The group called on all Nigerian workers to begin immediate mobilization of family and friends ahead of the massive protests that will come after the 23rd, the one they had yesterday. So they are coming up with a much larger one against Major General Muhammadu Buhari. A lot of things are wrong in this administration. I'm not saying this is the first time that people will be protesting. Falana also had protested previously. In fact, the same Buhari himself protested. He claimed that it was tear gas. Falana was also there, a march against corruption to kick out Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, as his administration was riddled with massive, very massive corruption. Now, Buhari came in and a lot of people thought he's a man of integrity. They thought that coming in there, he was going to do the right thing. But unfortunately, the same man that they claim does not have a house as huge as other military generals, ex-head of state, the same man they touted a lot of stories about. But unfortunately, that is not the case. As you can see, the amount of money that has trickled into their pockets, up to the point where his own son can even drive a power bike, and he got himself almost killed. New power bike. What job does that do? What does he do to be able to get that amount of money? Is that the stipends or pocket money given to him by his father that will amount to such amount of euros to be able to purchase that automobile? He bought two of it, very expensive. One of them is said to have cost about $80,000, 80,000 euros thereabouts. So where would they have gotten that amount of money from to buy two? So that is it. There's going to be massive protest, and not just the one that happened on the 23rd. They said they are marching millions of Nigerians out there on the street, and I hope that the young people will be very focused on this. It's not going to be business as usual. It's time for people to begin to realize where they stand. Now, comments trailed this. Some said Yorubas are now wanting to protest against this clueless government that you called Igbo names to reject because they see ahead of you. Well, enjoy your protest because no Igbo sons from Eastern Nigeria or South will join you, enjoy your next level. That's the problem with a lot of people. People believe that because APC is a party that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is kind of fronting, calling himself the national chairman or national leader of APC, national leader of APC. What people do not understand that is this. APC is the conglomeration of different parties from the north, from the southeast, all of them coming together to form what you know as APC. That is what it is all about. And if you believe that some groups of people that are Yorubas are the ones who brought in Buhari and single-handedly, and that's just what it is, then you are mistaken, as you should see your governors in the southeast of Nigeria, how they are licking the foot of this caliphate, of this administration, and they are called Sabo by the indigenous people of Biafra. And I'm talking now about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given them that name. So whatever way it swings, whatever sides the pendulum swings, it is still the same thing that is going to happen. This is how these people behave. So it's not about the Yoruba. Which Yoruba person? An average Yoruba person, just like an Igbo person or anyone from the southeast or southwest, or even in the northern part of Nigeria, they are being, they are the ones that have been disenfranchised. That's it. They are the ones that have been robbed of a lot of things. So you think an Amajiri child on the street in the north of Nigeria, if he had it better, you think he wouldn't have loved it? It's just unfortunate that he found himself there too. So the people that are being marginalized are you out there. Everyone out here listening, those are the people that have been marginalized. Not them or their children. So we should stop with this. It's the Yoruba people that brought it. Which Yoruba person brought in Buhari? Which Igbo man brought in Buhari by himself? Aside you say people casted votes, you think most of the time is the vote that counts? At times they make use of the frenzy, the protest and the warnings and the shout and all of that. If Goodluck Ebele Jonathan wanted to stay in there, he would have stayed in there. But the attitude that he displayed himself, people were tired of the corruption and all that surrounds him, and they wanted out. And with this, they were quick to push in Buhari in. And before he left, he said, you people will not have freedom because this is a military man. He's still going to do the same thing. How I wish the freedom that he was talking about, I wish when Buhari came in, it was against thieves in his administration, but instead it is against voice of dissent. People will protest against them. Those are the ones who, they go after. So some say we are all warming up for hard protests this time around. We are tired of Buhari's administration. Nothing seems to be working out in Nigeria ever since he came to power. And Buhari is a man who does not accept any form of correction. He protested. No one arrested him. No one locked him up. They could have used all the, agencies, security agencies to have locked him up if they want, even if he's a military general. But that wasn't done. But Buhari is a man that you cannot protest against, as he believes that he is all in all. And he has some goons working for him who will quickly lock you up. It's so sad. So much ethnic and religious bigotry, ethnic crisis here and there, religious bigotry, killings here and there. There is no way to prevent the downtrodden to speak. There is no way there is no way you can even kind of allow the downtrodden people to speak out with one voice. It's not just possible. As some group of people who will arrest one person, some group of people will be speaking against the other people. It's time for everyone to come together and learn. Let's stand together in understanding that this is no longer a joke. That's just it. Now, some people will react to Femi Falana. They said his own is getting too worse. That don't you forget you have been part of this, our great, lovely APC, or just because you are not opportune to be Attorney General of the Ministry of Justice or whatever it is. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They feel that if he was given the opportunity to be in that position, it would have been better for him or not. What people see is tribe. That's what I noticed. They see tribe. If it's a Yoruba man there, they say, oh, it's the Yoruba man now you are speaking, as if the Yoruba man himself had all knowledge and understanding of things. What you should understand is this: when you vote in someone, or you are kind of you were there involved in bringing in somebody, you brought in that person without knowing what the person is going to do. But once the person gets in there and begin to perform outside of what you people voted him in for or brought him in for, what people who have conscience, people who have integrity do is to begin to protest against that same person. Like, look, man, you're not going to come in here, lie, and act like you're going to do something good. And you come in here, you begin to do something else again. That's what it is. It doesn't matter if it's an Igbo man, a Biafran Igbo man coming in there. It doesn't matter. If the person steps in there and claim that he's going to do the right thing, but unfortunately you see the person doing the opposite of what you expect. People who have conscience, activists, revolutionaries, citizens of this country will protest against such person and say, no, this is what we want, because you are not voting in that person because of because his name is Aliu, or his name is Emeka, or his name is Alaba, or any of that. You're not voting in that person because of the name or tribe or religion. You're voting in that person in the hope that this person is going to do the right thing. That is what it is. And when the person does not do it, you have to come out en masse to protest.